way we live. They done turned the neighborhood into the Bay of Pigs. Kidnapped the fathers and enslaved the kids. Now they poisoning the water that they gave the kids. He ran from the cops, so they sprayed his wig. We gon' turn the precinct to the Bay of Pigs. Saw the crib like, that's the way you live? Loafy bread, baking soda, sitting in the fridge. My melanin garners hatred, it's sacred. Hussein Bolt, I'm too swift for the races. Drugs change the house structure. See my uncle smoke rocks downstairs, now the attic is in the basement.
Preview.
Lord J, do you remember back in the day, back in hip hop, when the artists that were signed, especially from the West Coast, when Brand Nubian and you were coming up, how rappers were deemed misogynistic? You remember them days? Sure. Snoop Dogg songs, Dr. Dre, Eazy-E, and how
Luke Skywalker.
Yes. Who would have ever thought, Lord J, that a rapper would end up killing himself over a girl, over a broad, over a female that cheated on him? Did you hear about that story?
I just heard about this. What was a rapper or a producer? What's his name?
20 years young.
20 years young.
Rapper Lil Loaded.
Lil Loaded. That's right. Goodness gracious.
Took his life and committed suicide, Lord J, because
we know how. Was it with the gun? Because I'd hate that he had a name like Little Loaded and he ends up shooting himself with a loaded gun. What kind of irony does that speak to? But well, here's the thing. You know, I feel like it speaks to the generation that they're raising right now. You see, the generation that they're raising is very super soft. Like they're trained to not take disappointment and shit like that. Like they set them up to where they don't have to suffer disappointment, is what they try to do anyway. And then when it happens, it's fucking a catastrophe for these people. You know, back in the days when I was a kid, you get in a fucking race. If you don't win, you don't get a fucking trophy. Like, you know what I mean? Like, and if you know,
participation award,
first, second, or third. That's it. You know what I mean? If you didn't win, if you didn't get that, too fucking bad. It ain't no fucking participation trophy. Oh, everybody gets a trophy to make you feel good. The fuck out of here with that bullshit. Like that's the shit why motherfuckers end up doing dumb shit like this later, because they're not used to psychologically. Oh shit, Big Stu Films up in the house. What up, Big Stu? Thank you, brother. Right there next to you.
Big Stu.
Yeah, they're not used to disappointment. You know what I mean? Like people my age, we grew up with mad disappointments and shit, you know, when we were young, like, and moved past that shit. You know what I mean? Like it was what it was. Like killing yourself and like over a girl, a broad, like to us, that was like the ultimate, like, sucker shit. Like, that's the ultimate, yo, you's a bird. Like, you ready to take your life for a broad? Like, niggas used to be like, yo, girls are like a dime a dozen. Like that's the kind of sayings, I'm gonna keep it real, like the kind of niggas I came up around, that's the sayings they had. That's just, yo, girls are a dime a dozen. Oh, they're like a bus. If you miss one, just catch the next one.
Every 15 minutes.
Basically.
Man, it's just mind-blowing. Rappers used to diss girls. Rappers used to diss women. Not all, but, you know.
That's right, Dr. Ma'at. This is what happens when the father's not in the home. Go ahead.
So nowadays, you know, it's just weird when you hear rappers used to diss female, being misogynistic. Now they're literally killing themselves over girls. I was just watching a video. Shout out to this cat named Steph is Cold. Are you familiar with Steph is Cold?
No.
Okay, he's kind of like a younger version of Kevin Samuels.
Okay.
They're kind of two peas of the same pod. They're in that same realm of dating advice. And he was saying, if a girl rejects you or if a girl cheats on you, and he's really, really emotional about it. I'll send you some links later so you can check it out. But he was saying how beta males are taking their lives and simping over these girls. And he basically teaches you the fundamentals of becoming an alpha male. And his take on it was, you know, I got some details about Lil Loaded because I've never heard of him before.
Me neither.
But apparently he was on the up and up, making about $35K a month. He was worth about, you know, half a ticket. And shout out to Steph is Cold. He said, how many men actually make that kind of money? Kind of like how Kevin Samuels was talking about high value men. 20 years young, making $35K a month, takes his life over a female, real popular on social media. And it just goes to show that money cannot make you an alpha. It'll still make you a beta simp. Talk about that, Lord J. It's crazy out here.
Well, it also, for me, it goes to show that, again, we live in a mental world. Like you can have all the money and the fucking gear and the jewelry and all of that, but if you are not right in your mind, if you don't, if shit is not right up here, if you don't see things in a way that makes you comfortable with your being, you know what I mean? Then you got motherfuckers that could be so tortured by what's going on the inside that they'll take themselves out. Like, these motherfuckers can't deal with their own thoughts. And this is why, you know what I mean? This is why we need to have discipline. You need to train your thoughts. This is where meditation comes in, where you're able to train your thoughts, calm your thoughts, because your thoughts can overrun you. Your thoughts can overrun you into where no fucking money or nothing is gonna fucking matter, because you think that the world is over because, you know, she sucked this nigga's dick. Like, huh?
She's not texting me back. What's going on? She's not calling me back.
No. They're picturing, it's worse than that, because now they're picturing her blowing a nigga and all this crazy shit. And, you know, and that's where they really fucking, you know what I mean? That's where they really fucking
losing their mind.
Your stomach starts turning. And why would your stomach turn from just a thought? You see what I'm saying? It's not like somebody went in there with their hand and started turning inside, because the mind is what controls all of this. We keep looking at this world like it's all about the physical. It all starts in your mind. Get your mind right, and your fucking everything else will be right. What you think about is where you'll be. So this nigga was thinking, oh, I can't, you know, I can't live without this broad. The thought of what she did just makes, you know.
That's sad. Very sad story.
I want to kill myself. And then why?
Why?
Like that's another thing. Like, we're so programmed to respond to things based upon our frame of reference of how we saw somebody else respond to it, that we may have respected or whatever the case may be. But how you respond to something is your choice. You see what I'm saying? Like, girls will call each other bitches all day. Bitch, shut up, bitch. Bitch, da-da-da-da-da. Right? But then if a nigga or even a girl that they don't know calls them a bitch, it's a problem. It's the same word said to the same person, but it's just how they view it. You see what I'm saying? That makes it different. Right. How they view it in their mind makes it different. Right. So, and makes it how they're going to respond to it. You know, if this in his mind, he believed that was his girl. You see what I'm saying? So that probably made him feel like he wanted to kill himself. If she would have just been a girl, he was, well, I'm just fucking her. You see? And he didn't mentally have that attachment to her. He wouldn't have gave a fuck. He'd be like, oh, where you fucked it too? Oh, where?
So he was imprinted, mentally attached. He couldn't control
well,
his mind.
he mentally attached he mentally attached himself to, you know what I mean? To this woman and as some sort of value. And when, you know, he found out, you know, she was a smut or whatever the case may be, or when he found out that his reality wasn't what he thought it was, he resorted to, you know, just wanting to throw it all out the window.
Sad story. Sad story.
Hang on, wait, let me see this. What's it say? He said, my ex can be having a train ran on her by 50 Arabs, and I don't give a fuck. He said, but then again, I'm a man of 45. That's her business. You're right, Black. Wow. You're right, Black Light. But you know, would you have gave a fuck when you was, you know, 25? You know what I mean? Like, and that's the only thing, because, you know, if we keep it real, we probably was all in our feelings at some point over abroad, you know, to some degree, not to the point of where you ready to off yourself, but you know what I mean? We've all been, you know, went from beta to alpha abroad at some point in your life. Like, you know, you could have been a little kid or whatever the case may be, like first started dealing with broads, and you know what I mean? And then later, you know, you grew a tough skin or whatever. But at some point in your life, you know what I mean? One of these broads had you. And just for some of them, for some people, it's just worse, you know, because there's degrees to everything. Like, so for some people, they can't shake it off. And then turns into, you know, cutting myself. You know what I mean? Like, it's just, you know, what it is.
You know that Lord J is
now, but hold up. I just want to say, rest in peace to the young man. You know, I'm sorry that his mind was to that point where he felt like he had to do that. And you know, mental health is something that we need to address, you know, because we live in a fucking lunatic world. So of course there's going to be a lot of mental instability. Like, they do that on purpose. They want you to be mentally unstable.
Right. Hey man, rest in peace to
Lil Loaded.
Lil Loaded. I was gonna say, Lord J, is crazy because that Steph is Cold, which is, I'm gonna send you some links, the younger version of Kevin Samuels. They have their whole lexicon. It's called Red Pill, Blue Pill. Blue Pill is the beta simp mindset, and the red pill is the alpha male mindset. And they're saying you can't go from blue pill to red pill overnight. It's a process. You turn into a dog because you've been hurt over and over. So you turn into that alpha mindset, which is the red pill, and turn into a dog. So it's called the manosphere, and don't be a mangina, and level up. So they got their own kind of like wordplay going on. It's kind of interesting.
Well, they didn't make up mangina. I've heard mangina.
Oh, okay.
That's not new, but you know, they might just be making it popular again. But yeah.
So you heard of mangina, but I never heard that.
These niggas got man badussies out here, man. Get the fuck out of here.
All right, so check it out. A lot of times, while we're talking about this Lil Loaded, I've noticed. What's your take on the younger generation? A lot of them seem to have anxiety, depression, all kinds of stuff, man. Like when we were coming up, you know, I guess we had tougher skin. I don't. What's going on with these with the youth in them?
I mean, I was just talking about it. That's what we were just talking about. Like that, you know.
So you think it falls under the same umbrella?
Yeah, it's just the culture that they're being fed. You know what I mean? And again, it's all about the path of least resistance. You know, there's going to be a time when we're going to need strong young men to fight for the community.
Mm-hmm.
And all we're going to have is a bunch of betas and sissies to choose from. That's what they want. That's the path of least resistance. So now here I come with motherfucking men that been working out and, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Training and all this type of shit. And now you got a bunch of motherfucking, you know, niggas with man purses and shit. You know, just throwing their hands up like, ah! You know, just like in them Wayne's movies, whenever them niggas get scared, they always fucking scream like a female and shit. And they try to make that a thing for a lot of like black actors, especially the so-called comedians, you know. They try to act like when they get scared, they're extra scared, like almost like a woman scared, you know. And that's to promote that beta soft mentality.
It almost they're almost using the same technique as how they breed out the aggressive pits, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Talk to them.
Yeah,
that's good. That's a good analogy. Yes. You breed out the aggression. Right. And how do you do that? By rewarding behavior that you want and punishing the behavior that you don't want.
Right. Or taking two
they're
betas
out here rewarding these kids for being soft. You know what I mean? They're rewarding them with money and trinkets and, you know what I mean? Pretty much whatever they want. They're rewarding them for acting like that. So you can get a show, you can get all kind of shit. You know what I mean? Like look at the nigga Lil Nas X. Like he's a great example of being rewarded for doing what they want you to do. Like he's not even talented. Like, all right, that first Old Town Road, that was a catchy motherfucking song. I'm not gonna front. It was a catchy song. But all the rest of his shits is trash. Like he should have just been a one-hit wonder. We should have never seen him again. But it's because they're rewarding him for doing everything that he's supposed to do. You know what I mean?
Right.
That's why he's, you know what I mean? They're gonna keep him there and make sure that he's, you know what I mean, breaded up and all of that.